What's up, YouTube? What's up? How y'all doing? How it's going? Good, because I want to know. I am going to be talking about life in the military today, and I have my uniform on right now, but you really cannot see. I'm kind of like halfway. Not really. I ain't supposed to have all this makeup on my face. I just felt like, at least looking a little bit presentable. So we're just gonna jump right into this video, and I'm gonna give y'all all the ins and outs to what it's like being in the military. Okay, so let's get into it. So I've been in the Navy for 3 years now, and it's had its ups and downs. It's been good, like I like it, it's just hard being away from your family and doing all that extra stuff. So we're gonna start at the very beginning. Okay, we're gonna talk about making a decision to go to the military, and just all the process of everything. So I joined the Navy out of Texas. So when I was in Texas, you gotta go find a recruiting station. Now I come from a military background, so I kind of already knew what I wanted to do. But for somebody that don't know what they do, you can explore your options. They got the Navy, the Marines, the Army, the Air Force. Different branches come with different things. So like Air Force, they kind of want you right out of high school, like fresh, new, not in trouble, not doing too much, you know what I'm saying? Army kind of like, we're gonna take you, no matter, like, we want you. The Navy is kind of like, we want you too, but they kind of want you fresh out of school too. But I tried the Marines, and they like, I couldn't have my tattoos and all this extra stuff. Like, they was just doing too much. So I was like, I'm gonna just go to the Navy, because my mom been in the Army, and I already didn't like how they was acting with her. So my sister was in the Air Force, and she kind of told me that she didn't like it. So I just assumed, well, maybe let me try the Navy and see what I like it, because I like the ocean. So I go to the recruiting office, and I'm chatting it up. I was smoking and doing all that. So I know I had to cut all of that out. So I'm talking to the recruiters, and they're giving me all the paperwork, and they're like, so why do you want to join the Navy? The hardest question, because you just don't know. You just like, shit, this is something new. So I basically said, I'm just trying to travel and get out of a bad situation, because I was going down a very, very, very bad road in Texas. So I just wanted to be different, get some self-discipline, get some just how to be an adult. Didn't really care. I just kept losing jobs and stuff. I really didn't care. Like, I just needed self-discipline and to mature. So he's like, okay, well, we can do that. We definitely travel. We definitely will, flip the script and make you into a different person. So I'm like, cool, bet. I signed the paperwork. You gotta have your ID, your social, your birth certificate, all of that good paperwork. So boom, bada boom, I do all of that, and we signing the papers and they make you take like a pre-ASVAB test. So it's just like a smaller portion of the ASVAB, probably like 10 questions each section, just to see where you would be at. It's not a pass or fail thing. With that being said, next you would take the ASVAB. So they send you to this place called MEPS. Military, I don't even know. I can't give y'all the name of it right now, but it's not in my head. MEPS, okay? So MEPS is basically the medical, where you go take your ASVAB, where you go pick the job that you're going to choose. And where our MEP was, everybody was in the same, like Army, Air Force, they all was in there. So I did my ASVAB and my medical evaluation all in the same day. So I was there literally all day. And they make sure that you are ready. So when it's time for you to go to MEPS, they will put you in a hotel. And they get you dinner, they do everything. You can sit down there and play games and everything. But when you go to your room, you can't leave the hotel. So they put you in a hotel. And then that next morning when you're supposed to go, they'll put you on a bus. You literally wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And you're there from 6 o'clock in the morning pretty much all day long. literally all day long. I didn't leave probably till like 6 p.m. 12 hours, a long time, because it's not just you, it's everybody. Okay, so you know, we go take our test early in the morning. You can sit next to people, but don't look, because you got different tests. So it's like you can't cheat on the shit. You don't get no calculators. You don't get nothing. You get a piece of paper and a pencil. Now you know we don't go to school. We don't use calculators out here. We got calculators in school, so I was kind of struggling. So I would advise, if anybody want to join, you know, go get that ASVAB for Dummies book, because it kind of helped me, but some of the stuff I just couldn't understand. Okay, so past the ASVAB test, you have to get a 35 to get in the Navy. I don't remember the other ones for the other branches, but each branch has like a certain score that you have to get to at least get into their branch. So the Navy is 35. I ended up getting a 41. It's all right. Okay, they still had job options out there. So after all of that happened, you go to the medical side. So the medical eval, you know, since I'm a female, we do the whole female, you know, doodah, and you gotta get all these shots. They gotta draw you some blood. Well, you don't do your shots. I think they give you shots if you need it, but you gotta do drawing blood, taking P tests, make sure you ain't pregnant, make sure you ain't got no drugs in your body, make sure you ain't crazy. They make you go and they make you like strip all the way into your underwear and your bra. Make sure you don't have any scratches, no bruises, no nothing on your body. Okay, you do your hearing exam, you do an eye exam, just the whole 9 yards. Okay, so after that, if you pass all of that, then basically you good to go. Now, if you fail something, you can fix it, but you might just be a little postponed, so they're gonna push you back. And if it's too bad, then they might just not accept you at all. So after that, after I got accepted for the medical portion, I was all good. There's nothing wrong with me. So after you just go sit down and wait for a little bit. You probably eat lunch or eat whatever you do, and you wait for your recruiter to come pull you. So basically, after they get your scores and they get all your evaluations for medical, they come pull you and they're like, okay, they sit you down, tell you what you got, and they tell you your options for your job. So they sit me in a chair, and I don't know shit they talking about. Like, I don't know anything. Like, I'm just looking at him like, wait. So he told me my option was, I knew that I wanted to be OS, okay? Operations specialist. That's what I wanted to do. Everything they gave me was engineering, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about engineering. They gave me undes, which is basically nothing. Like, you just go and you be in for a year, and then you can pick your rate. You can pick what you want to be if you qualify for it. They gave me MM, which is a machinery mate, something like that. I don't know what the fuck they do. GSM, which is gas turbine machinery, and a GSE, gas turbine electronics. I said, that's it? He was like, yeah, that's all we got right now. I said, y'all ain't got no OS. Like, I don't. And that's when he told me about the whole that's when he told me about undes. He was basically, they spit it to you like it's real good, but when you get there, it's real trash. Like, they spit it to you like, okay, you go and you can work with all these other rates. You're going to be working with these people, but they're going to send you and you're going to go work. You like figure out what you want to be, and then you can go work with them for a period of time, see if that's something you actually like. But that's literally how they spit it to you. So I'm like, cool, I'll do that, because that's none of those other options is for me. I don't want to be an engineer. So he like that. So they put me down for undes, and I'm like, okay. They said you go out to boot camp in June. Mind you, it's like February. So I'm like, okay. So they give me some time to, party, get my little umph out before they try to, set me up to be a sailor. So I after you pick that, then you go, you wait, and then you swear in, which is basically, you know, putting your right hand up and saying, you know, I support the United States, yada yada yada, boom, 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 boom. And you sign your little paper and your contract, and you know, you get all your hugs and you cry, and you like, oh my God, I'm a sailor. And now you're in the debt program, which is basically you just waiting, and you show up to your recruiter every week, and y'all do workouts, and he prepare y'all for boot camp, and you do all this extra stuff, like, you know, you gotta come in and salute, and okay, it was a terrible time because I hated doing that, and I hated to work out. So okay, so boom, here come March, and my recruiter called me and was like, hey, you want to ship out next month? I was like, wait. Yeah, I mean, let's go. I'm ready to go. So I'm like, okay, well, it's mid-March and they sending me April 11th. Okay. So I told my mama I'm finna get ready to go. Like, time went by quick. Like, I was on that in that hotel real quick. So when it's time to go, like, you go to the recruiting office, they take you to the hotel, same thing that you did for MEPS. Like, it's literally the exact same thing. You leave for MEPS, and that's how it goes down. Like, you go to the hotel, same thing, go to the hotel, go back to MEPS. You know, you tell your recruiter just be like, you're gonna do good, you got this, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? They do one more medical eval, and then you pretty much waiting all day to leave. And they send you out in like groups. So I felt like I was like the last group because I was there for a while. I don't know if it was my last name or what, but it was a long time. So you finally get to the airport, and then all your, like, everything is just like, oh my God, I'm really doing this. Like, I'm so scared. So I'm making my last videos, making my phone calls. Okay, boot camp is in Chicago. So it's cold, like cold. I was like, I ain't got enough clothes. Like, it's cold here. So I get to the airport, and they like, it just happened so fast. They like, go to the USO. So I'm gonna walk to the USO, and they tricked me. Like, the RDCs, those are what the people are called when you go to boot camp, RDCs. So the RDCs was already out there. So they're like, go over there and sit down and wait. And I was just like, you ain't gotta talk to me like that. But okay. So we all just going over here and sit. They had us sitting on the floor, waiting for the buses to come. So boot camp was probably like 20 minutes away from the airport. So you can't run. Just saying. 20 minutes away, and they only had 2 buses. And it was like 500 of us. It was a lot of us. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it was a lot of us. So I didn't leave until like the 3rd bus, because I didn't want to go. I kept trying to scoot to the back. I didn't want to go. So I left, and I'm on the bus, and they got us watching some video, and they're like, don't talk. You can't talk to each other. Watch the video. It's dark outside. Like, it's late. I'm tired. Like, you can't go. They tell you to sleep on the plane, but like, you can't sleep on the plane because you got too much anxiety, and you just excited, and you just nervous, and you just can't. I could not sleep. So they like, you know, sleep on the plane because you're not going to sleep for 2 days because they're going to try to get you on the schedule. They want you to be drained and then tired and ready to go the next day. Okay, so that's all true. You know, y'all hearing those things. I'm on a bus and I'm trying to take a nap, but they got this movie playing about, you know, boot camp, but I'm not watching it because I don't really care. So they like, don't talk, just watch the show. So we going, and then we pull up, and you know, they outside. So they like, hurry up, get on the tow line, go in there, you better not step on my flags, you better not step on my flags. And I'm like, I'm getting off the bus, they making a run, and they like, put your photos in this basket, put your fucking photos in this basket. And I'm like, why they doing all of this? Like, it's really not that bad. So they just, you know, trying to be scary and whatnot. They make us line up, and they got these like, it's like painted some flags on the ground, and they got like these black lines on the ground. They like, stay behind these lines, and you better not step on my flags. And I'm just like, okay, we're gonna step on your flags. So We behind the tow line, we just lined up or whatever, and they steady screaming. They come in, introducing themselves, blah blah blah, and then they like, you get one more phone call, you know, call you got we only giving you like a certain amount of time. I think it was like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, something to that minute, some little bitty minutes to call your family and say you made it, you safe, I love you, bye. That's it. You get one phone call, so you better hope they answer and that everybody is there, because you can only call one. But you know, I called my mom and was like, hey, I'm here, bye, I gotta go. I called my sister and said, hey, I'm here, bye. Like, I use my time wisely. I'm like, I can't talk, I love y'all, but I'll call y'all when I can. So you get that phone call, then they like, okay, we taking our phones. I don't think they took our phones yet. They made us walk into a classroom. We sat down in the classroom, and then they took us to get our uniforms issued, or we had to take off our regular clothes and all this stuff. So they gave you this big box, and they literally say, take off everything, put your phone, everything, put everything in this box. You can't have shit unless you got like an address book to write home or something like that. Put everything else in this box, because you sending it back, or you can have it when you graduate. And we like, okay, so you just getting naked and everybody uncomfortable, but like, bitch, just get naked. Like, what you doing? They split up the females and the males, so it's kind of like, you know, you ain't seeing nothing that you ain't seen before. So then they start handing out like uniforms and stuff, just your basic PT stuff, socks, and I fucking hated that sock. Okay, they give you like this, just a regular sock. They make you just carry this one fucking sock. Now I really wish I could remember what the fuck was in that one sock, but I really fucking hated that sock. Like, you have to wear that bitch on you all the time. So, you know, yeah, that one fucking sock. Okay, moving on. So then they make you like do another drug test. Make sure you're not fucking doing drugs before you got here. And they literally keep you up for 48 fucking hours. Is it 48 hours or 72 hours? It's 48 hours. They keep you up. You don't go to sleep. You better not go to sleep, because if they think you sleep, they gonna come at you. I fell asleep. They came at me. I was very upset, because they do all this stuff, you know, you just sitting there, you waiting, you getting measured, you getting your boots, you getting everything measured for you, like everything. They taking all your measurements. That's literally everything they're doing. They're taking all your measurements for everything, so that you can get your boots, you can get your clothes, you can get all this stuff. So after you really done with everything, they make you sit in the hall, in a line, in rows, in columns. And you just sit there. You just sitting there. You just sitting there. We sat there for a while. You just sitting there until everybody done. Until everybody done. It was so sad. You so sleepy. You so sleepy, but you cannot go to sleep. You gotta be on buddy patrol. You see somebody going to sleep, you better wake them up, because don't nobody got time for that. So, you know, after all that, you know, the RDCs start coming in. They like, everybody get the fuck up, blah blah blah. They start taking their people. So that's what we was waiting for, the RDCs. So they was coming, and they was like, you know, calling people to get up, picking their people. Let's go. They taking you in the room. Okay, so boom, past all of that, that's just a lot of descriptions to tell y'all what happened in the first half. Those are called P days. Now when you get past P days, that's probably gonna be the best food that you eat is at boot camp. I just want y'all to know that that's like the best food that you're gonna eat, because everywhere else it sucks. And I also want to say that boot camp is a joke. Okay, it's not that bad. Like, the only thing is that it is just inside. That's probably the only thing. It is intense. It's going to be very intense the first few days, but after you don't have that one good cry, you're gonna be straight. So we get in there, and you like getting your stuff, you putting everything away. They teaching you how to fold clothes. You still can't go to sleep. You folding clothes, you can't go to sleep. So when they finally tell you can go to sleep, that's gonna be the best sleep that you can have, because that sleep is gonna be so good. And then you think everything gonna be okay, and this is how it's gonna be, but nope. 3 people come in screaming. Those are your RDCs. That first person that came and got you, that's not your RDC. You think that's your RDC, but that's not. It's gonna be 3 people come in, and they gonna start whooping your ass. But they can't make you do no push-ups until those 3 people come in and get you and take you to where they be at. So after they get there, you know, they gonna come over to one MC and they gonna tell you, y'all got in trouble, y'all did something, and they gonna beat y'all ass. That's just how it's gonna be. You're gonna be working out. Workouts wasn't that bad unless you did it by yourself. So they started giving you jobs and doing all this stuff like A-Rock, A-Pop, R-Pac. That's like the main person in the division. A-Rock is the person who sings. I happen to be A-Rock and I fucking hated it. Like, I lost my voice. I ended up getting fucking very sick. And my chief was like, man, you ain't shit. Like, fuck you. I'm changing your job. I'm like, I don't want to be a job. I just want to be in gym pop. Like, I don't want a job, chief. And he was like, why you always gotta have attitude? Like, I had the worst attitude. But, I mean, I got over it eventually because he was just like, you need to lose your fucking attitude. So I cried literally one good time. And then after that, I was just like, you know, after my phone call, when your phone call do come after like 14 some days, your phone call will come and they will, like, that'll be the moment that you just cry and you be like, mama, I can't do this. And my mama was like, you know, I didn't scream at you more times than they doing it, so you got this. You need to toughen the fuck up. And I was like, you right. You right. So after that phone call, I was like, you know, this is just nothing because my mama did this to me. She didn't been up in my face. So, you know, from that point on, I kind of was just like riding the wave and just doing what they was telling me to do. But I still had an attitude sometimes, and that's just because that's just who I am. So they start doing different stuff. You learning how to do everything. They like changing your whole mindset to just think military. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's really, you don't think it's working, but it's working. Like, it's changing you. And you're just doing different things. They have tests, they have studying, you just doing everything. Sundays was the best because it's like you relax and you can go to church, you could do all these things. People go to church just to go to sleep, but I really went to church to like get help, like mental stability, because it was the best. And yeah, I really didn't want the video to be this long, but I'm gonna keep going anyway. So, you know, doing workouts and your first PT come, your first PRT comes, and if you pass that first PRT and you pass that first test, you automatically make a rank. So I would advise y'all to get practicing now if you thinking about it. Pass that PRT, pass that first test, and you gonna automatically make rank. That's just what it is. I didn't pass because I couldn't run that good anymore. I failed the run, that was about it. And that run is hard, and they do everything inside. I really hate that. That's like the worst thing about boot camp. Like, everything was inside. I thought we was gonna do PRT outside. I thought it was gonna be like the army, we're gonna be all up in the mud. No, it's not. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. It's like everything's inside. The gym is inside, boot camp's inside, everything is inside. The only thing you do outside is march. And I fucking hated marching because I had to sing and people in the back were so funny. We were so funny in the back, and I would laugh, and like my chief just dropped everybody, and it was just like, you know, why you dropping us outside? Like, all the other divisions passing by us and we just doing push-ups, like, because we ain't shit. We embarrassed him. That's what happened. So shoot forward, you know, you got battle stations, but I can't talk about battle stations, so have fun with that. After battle stations, you will graduate, and that's the best time because you get to see your parents and everybody. I know this corona thing is going on, but like, I don't know how it is now, but when we went, it was the best feeling to see your parents and just see everybody. You get to show off what you've learned and everything. You all dressed in your whites or your blues. You looking swiffy, you know what I'm saying? And then you go to A school, and A school is so much chiller. But that very first day, you be very irritated because if you go to A school like right across the street, then they will take forever. They wait for everybody to get there, and your parents are just outside waiting for like an hour, and then they finally start talking, and they're like, okay, welcome to A school, this is gonna be where you stay, blah blah blah, you're gonna be on the watch bill, you're gonna be doing duty, you're gonna be doing all of this extra stuff. Boom. So then they be like, okay, go hang out with your parents, but make sure y'all back by 9 o'clock. And I'm like, it's only 7, like, the fuck? So boom, you got a curfew, you gotta be back in here, back, blah, blah, blah. So I went to go eat me some pizza because literally only thing that I wanted as soon as I got boot camp was a Dr. Pepper and a Kit Kat and some pizza. So that's what I wanted. I got my Kit Kat, I got my Dr. Pepper, and I got my pizza. And I got my nails done, and I got a tattoo that I got right here. It's a tattoo I got after boot camp. And ever since then, it's just been lit. Like, you go out to the fleet, and it's just like, boot camp is a joke. I just want y'all to know that y'all will get through that shit, because the fleet is nothing like boot camp. And that's what they're gonna tell you. It's like this in the fleet. No, the freak it's not. The fleet is so much chiller and so much better than that. They treat you like shit in there. And on the fleet, it's more like, oh, peace. Now, I'm not telling you that it's always going to be like that. No, they are some assholes out here too, but it's not as... You can do what you want to do. You can be who you are. You can talk shit. If somebody coming at you wrong, you can talk to them. You can correct them. You don't have to just be like, yes, petty officer, no petty officer. You ain't got to call them name. You can call them by their damn name. You ain't got to do all of that. Don't let the people in there try to scare y'all. I'm just saying, I'm getting a little rowdy, but yeah, the fleet is amazing. But then, you know, I've been in, and I was in for about almost a year, and then I got pregnant, and I ain't gonna lie, it was scary. It was a good thing that happened, but like, my baby came, and she kind of just like, I missed my deployment because I got pregnant, and then I came back. You know, she turned 1, you go back to the ship, and then like, I missed another deployment because I can't have nobody take care of my kids. So it's kind of like putting me in a hard place because I'm not with her dad, and it's just like, it's hard. But it's okay because I feel like the military has been very helpful in my life. Like they take me to Hawaii. I'm in Hawaii. Like, I'm living in paradise. And sometimes I take that for granted, but I am living in paradise, and I love it out here, even though I want to leave a lot of the times because I'm stuck on an island. But I love it, and I've seen Washington, I've seen California. That's about it because I haven't went on deployment. But it's okay because I get to travel, and I get to meet new people and be around new people all the time. I've been on 2 ships, and everybody's completely different. Like, no ship is alike. Like, it's so amazing. And I just want anybody who is thinking about joining the military to be inspired by that. Don't let nobody scare you and tell you that you don't need to do that because my mom's not gonna be happy. Fuck all of that. You do what makes you happy, and the military is a great start for somebody coming out of high school, and it'll help them build up that self-esteem, build up that motivation to work, build up some self-discipline, and it'll just have you seeing things and doing things that an ordinary person would not be doing that are at your age. Like, I'm 24, and there's a lot of 24-year-olds that are not where I am at this moment, and that's because the military helped me get there. Okay? So I just want to thank you guys for watching and listening to my rant about the military. And if you're thinking about joining, then that is the best and amazing decision that you can make. And I hope you enjoy every moment of it. And I am fully supporting you, and I hope to see you in the fleet if you come in. And I love you guys, and thank you for watching.